everyone, it's Susan Jones and welcome back to my Sunday Spotlight. This week, as in all my weeks in June, I am sharing an outdoor game with you called Alphabet Ball or ABC Ball. And all you're going to need for this game is a ball. Like so. Let's see how to play. So Alphabet Ball is a game that I actually played with my preschoolers just the past weekend, and it is great for students or kids that are working on their beginning sounds and they're working on their letters in the alphabet. This game would be great at the beginning of the year in kindergarten, but I'm also going to show you at the end of the video some ways to differentiate this game and make this game a little trickier for older students as well. So all you're going to do to play is you are going to have one person, and I usually start with myself, the teacher or the parent, standing in the middle with their ball. And then the students are just going to stand it in a circle around you. As you are holding the ball, you are going to decide what letter of the alphabet you want to choose. So I will start and I will say S, and I will pass the ball to a student across from me in the circle that I'm facing. And that student, before they can throw the ball back to me, has to say a word that starts with S. We will continue going around, so I will pass it to maybe 3 or 4 students. I'll pass it to one, they might say snake, then they pass it back to me. I don't say anything again, I'm staying on S. I pass it to the next student, they pass it back and they say sand. So on and so forth. Now I can choose, since I am the person in the middle, I can choose if I want to go with 5 students. I can choose if I want to go all the way around the circle until someone is stumped. It's up to me. But whenever I want to, I can go ahead and change that letter. So every single time I pass the ball, I might change my letter, or I might do it 4 or 5 times and then change the letter to B. Now say a word that starts with B. The only rule in this game is you cannot repeat a word that has already been said. If you repeat a word that's already been said, you are out of the game. Also, if you can't think of a word and you are stumped, you are also out of the game. And for that, I just have you sit down. When deciding who goes in the middle and what order they go in, I usually just have a starting player. So Theo, let's pretend Theo is the first player who goes in the middle after me. Then we just go around in a circle clockwise. Something else I've done in the past is I will usually set some sort of rule, like you can only be in the middle for 10 tosses. That way it's the next person's turn, so that way you can keep rotating. Either that or I've done a timer as well. So I will set a timer for 30 seconds to a minute, and students will see how many passes they can do with different letters in that time. And then the next student will come up when the buzzer goes off. Now the students that were sitting down, the ones that were stumped or either repeated a word, they get to stand up every single time a new player goes in the middle. That way they're not sitting down the whole time, they'd be really bored otherwise, so they get a new chance to catch the ball and repeat a word every time someone gets in the middle. This game doesn't really have an end time per se. If you were doing this whole group with maybe a class of 20 or so students, you might play until every single person has gotten a chance to go in the middle, or you might just go ahead and set a time limit for this game to be finished. Now, because of the simplicity of this game, it is easy to make it differentiated for your older students. Alphabet Ball, again, is great for pre-K to kindergarten students, but you can also make this rhyming ball. If you're in kindergarten, you're working on rhyming, the person in the middle can go ahead and say bat, and they have to give a word that rhymes with bat, or cat, or whatever the word might be. Other literacy options would be any sort of phonics pattern. You could say short vowels. You could say the word has to have a silent E on the end. You could say the word needs to have a digraph or a blend at the beginning or a blend at the end. This just gets students thinking off the top of their head some of those words and patterns that they might need some practice with. And so that's it for Alphabet Ball. Like usual, I hope you enjoyed this simple game that you can go ahead and use with your kids. It's fun to play outside and get a ball in their hands. It also has them practicing a little catch and throwing, you know, the fun stuff. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and always share with me if you use it in your classroom or with your students. I love hearing how it's going for you. Make sure you are subscribed and hit that bell. That way you're notified of my new videos every single week. See you next time. Bye. Messy bun and getting stuff done.